Alright, what's going on, guys? Coming at you again with another non-One Piece related video. We're actually doing Naruto this time, and I know that might not be too exciting since that's also a very popular long anime, which is actually over now, but you know what? I think this is an interesting video, so we're gonna fucking do it. More specifically, what we're gonna be talking about today is the Haku Zabuza arc and why it was just so awesome, really. I decided to do this because, for whatever reason, I am now rewatching the series. I don't know how long I actually go, but I just finished the Haku Zabuza arc, and I have to say, it was absolutely amazing. Like, I've been dealing with One Piece for years now, and, you know, Naruto's pretty much been over for a while, at least the manga, and it just, like, was not like this now. I mean, the sheer pacing is just phenomenal. Like, it was only, like, 7 episodes that they went from first seeing Zabuza to later seeing him again on the bridge, with a lot of important stuff happening in between. Like, it had been so long since I've seen it, and I'm so conditioned by watching One Piece and all the fillers and whatnot to come later in Naruto, that I just remembered the whole thing where Haku has Sasuke and Naruto trapped in the ice. I thought it was like 20 episodes long or something, okay? Like, I thought it took up half of the entire arc. It lasted like 1.5 full episodes. I mean, it was fucking amazing how quickly everything went. Like, I also thought that 1 or maybe even 2 entire episodes were dedicated to Naruto using Ninetales mode. But no, that like only lasted a quarter of an episode. It's greater than anything I've ever seen. But now, what really stuck out to me that I decided was worth making a video for? So something interesting that I think is worth noting here, if you don't count the first few episodes where they're really just, you know, loading exposition in the first maybe 3 to 4 episodes, and then you finally see Kakashi first accepting the 3 of them into his group, I guess, since he never had done that before. That was just setting up the whole show, but that's why I consider the Haku and Zabuza arc to be the real first arc of the series. And considering that it is the first arc, it was absolutely amazing. Like, as far as I've seen, most shows do not have first arcs that start that well. We get kind of disappointed that they're going on a C-rank mission, they're just being a bodyguard for some guy, even though Naruto's excited because it's not a D-rank mission, but then almost immediately, like within the same episode, we find out that, well, we don't even find out, these guys come out of nowhere who seem pretty decent. I mean, they took Kakashi off guard at the least. They just come out of nowhere and start fucking shit up, and it's only when Kakashi decides to go all out that he does destroy them, of course, because he is Kakashi. But it was a very cool, interesting way to start off the arc really strong. And it was even cool that Naruto got to be kind of a little bitch, despite being the main character, but had the opportunity to make up for it by just stabbing himself in the hand. That was kind of cool. I thought it was also super cool how Kakashi was like, so the reason I let them get so far is because I had to make sure that it wasn't us that they were targeting. It was making sure that it was Tazuna, because that means that this should not actually be a C-rank mission. And then Tazuna's like, well, yeah, there's kind of some interesting stuff going on. Kakashi's like, well, fuck it, let's just do it. So then we finally get to see Zabuza, and let me say, okay, you know, I don't understand how exactly this happened, but for some reason, as we got later in the series and kept seeing more and more powerful people, it's like everyone just began to think that Zabuza was fodder. And believe me, I'm not saying this just because I rewatched the arc. No, I've been saying this for a while. Like, he is not bad at all. He was actually weaker than Kakashi, but not by that much. I mean, they had a pretty good fight. Sure, Kakashi could beat him any day, pretty much, but it's not like he was completely terrible. And Kakashi is really, really good. Like, he is easily the #1 Jonin in the Leaf at the time. In fact, I would think that just happens for the entire series, since no one really becomes Jonin until, you know, like, after, okay, yeah, no. Not to mention, he has the worst of the blades of the 7 ninja swordsmen, yet he puts it to pretty good use, so. And then Haku comes in being a complete badass, and I will admit, my first time going through the series, I thought Haku was a girl, pretty much up until he was dead. You know, it wasn't until after he was dead and everyone kept, like, talking about him, like, they just kept saying him. I'm like, wait, what's going on? I kept getting confused. And then I eventually figured it out, and it really changed everything for me. I mean, like, even Naruto got confused at one point about how he was not a girl. And I know that should have been the point, but I don't think I actually connected that they were the same person. Okay, just, I don't even know why I'm embarrassing myself here. But Haku is probably the coolest antagonist, if not Zabuza, in the first half of the series. So, you know, it was really cool that both of them were there just being animals the entire time. Kakashi even commented on how he must be the same age as Naruto and Sasuke, so he was pretty goddamn good considering that. And, you know, of course you could say, well, he had the Kekkei Genkai, but so does Sasuke, and Sasuke has pretty much the ultimate Kekkei Genkai of all time, so... And speaking of it, that's another great thing that this arc did. Being the first arc, it introduced the concept of Kekkei Genkai, so they don't have to come in later in the series, just completely out of nowhere, the biggest asshole ever, and it did a very good job of explaining why there are Sharingan, why not everyone can have them. Of course, then it also was very confusing if you hadn't seen more at this point, because, you know, then Kakashi has one, and it's like... how does Kakashi have one? But you could kind of figure it out because he was like, he had a scar on the eye that his Sharingan was in, so, you know, you might not be able to just assume that you can transplant eyes or something, but it's pretty clear that it's not, like, natural, if you ask me. Pretty much the same idea. They also introduced the idea of Naruto getting super pissed off and slightly releasing some Kurama chakra, which was very cool again. I'm happy that it wasn't a complete asshole like it is later in the Chunin exams, although we already know that it's a thing, so it wasn't so much of an asshole. The only thing that I don't really understand, since I've now finished the entire series, obviously, is that when he went into that mode and he went all out on Haku, and then Haku just, like, stopped, you know, Naruto stopped and completely suppressed the power of the Nine Tails, I was like, how the hell did he do that? Like, he has never done that before as far as I know. And if he has, it has taken like a lot to get him to calm down. It was not just he was at full power 1 second and then just 1 second later he's completely normal again. But that's okay because I kind of hate when he goes on a rampage and stuff. It just gets dragged on way too long. I don't really like it. So it was cool that he did chill the fuck out. In fact, now that I'm thinking about it, that's how they should have just done it the whole series. Just not have him go on a complete rampage every time he gets a little bit pissed off. You know, now that I'm thinking about these things, this arc also had the summoning jutsu first shown, as well as the ability to, like, put chakra on your feet so you can walk on trees and water. Technically, we didn't get to see water, but, well, actually we did with Kakashi and Zabuza. It's just he didn't really state that that's what was going on. But yeah, so we got like all of these really basic ideas just put on the table super fast, and it wasn't in like really boring exposition way either. I thought it was really well how they weaved all this stuff together. So as we all know, Haku sacrifices himself, and then honestly one of the best moments, if you ask me, in this entire series, and I know that is saying a lot, but I would definitely say at least in pre-Shippuden, this is probably my favorite part of the entire series, where Naruto's like, you know, how can you be such an asshole to Zabuza, just saying like, you know, that guy was your friend, he really liked you, what is the matter with you? And Zabuza starts crying. Like, this guy is called the Demon of the Mist because he killed like every single one of his classmates. He doesn't give a shit. Like, he loves it. He thinks that's awesome. He's just a complete psychopath, and Naruto actually got him to feel very, very remorseful. I thought that was awesome, and it seemed very natural how it happened. Zabuza goes on another rampage, gets to kill Gato, which was so satisfying to watch, and then he asks Kakashi to lay him down next to Haku. We even get to see the pretty cool part where Inari brings the entire village, and they're ready to just fuck shit up, and obviously all the idiots run away, and it was just pretty good ending, you know? I mean, they finished the bridge, everyone was really thankful, they named the bridge after Naruto. I'm not completely sure why, honestly. I know that Naruto did play a pretty big part, but like, first of all, Kakashi's part was beyond significant compared to either him or Sasuke, but whatever. But yeah, they go on their ways and it's over. It's pretty cool. I'm kind of disappointed that he never actually, at least as we've seen, went back to visit Inari since, you know, he's like, yeah, I'm gonna come back and visit, but I mean, you know, that wouldn't really work in the story. It's kind of sad. He, like, never went back now that I've seen the whole thing. So, yeah, for real, I give this arc a 5 out of 5 rating. It was just absolutely beautiful the entire way through. I really enjoyed it. It was a perfect way to start the series. I don't really think Kishimoto could have done any better. And, you know, he's, like, supposed to be the king of loopholes, and there couldn't really be any here. So maybe that's why it's so good. It's just, he can really do anything he wants, and nothing will go wrong since it's the very beginning. So I think that pretty much wraps things up. If you liked this video, remember to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Be sure to give me a comment letting me know what you thought about this video, videos you'd like to see in the future, future versus battles I could do, this person versus this person. Those will only be One Piece, by the way. There might be very specific scenarios where I do like a versus in some other series, but that would be very rare. Like that would just have to be for some reason really going on in my mind or something. Thank you very much for watching until the end, and I'll talk to you guys on Sunday.